Hi friends, this is Brian from This Fantastic Life, and today's episode we're going to take you on our trip to the European Christmas markets. So early in December 2024, we flew from Philadelphia to Frankfurt, Germany, and then over the next 17 days we visited 17 Christmas markets in Germany, the Czech Republic, and Austria. Along the way, we also visited with some of our German relatives, and we experienced 3 Berg parades or miners' parades in the historic towns of the Ore Mountains in the eastern part of Germany. So if you're new to this channel, please click that like and subscribe button in the lower right-hand corner to sign up with your email. It'll only take you a few seconds. It'll really help us out. And if you're a current subscriber, thank you so much for your support. We really appreciate you watching our channel, and we hope that you enjoy today's special episode. In each of the different Christmas markets, we got these Glühwein mugs. Glühwein is a hot mulled wine that is served throughout the Christmas markets. It has a beautiful aroma to it. There are different varieties with different spices, and you can also get the Kinder Punch, which is alcohol-free. Starting at the Romerberg on the Main River, the Christmas market stretches all the way to the Rossmarkt. The Romerberg is a large public space in front of the seat of the Frankfurt city administration since the 15th century, in the historic heart of the medieval Altstadt, or Old City. We crossed over the Eisner Steg and returned on the Alterbrücke for a view of the quay. Then I climbed the dome of the Kaiserdom, St. Bartholomew, for views of the Christmas markets below. The Christmas market tradition in Frankfurt dates back to 1393, making it one of the oldest Christmas markets in Germany. When mystery plays were performed on the Romerberg in order to commemorate the 941 reconciliation of King Otto I the Great with his brother Henry, which proceeded directly after Christmas Mass. A visit to the Christmas markets in Frankfurt wouldn't be complete without a mug of Glühwein, a bratwurst, and a taste of the famous Bettmenschen, a sweet marzipan pastry. The Pink Christmas Market, also known as the Rosa Weihnacht, is part of the Frankfurt Christmas Market in Germany. It's located at Friedrichstolzeplatz and features a pink-themed decor, wooden huts, and hot drinks. The Rossmarkt is a central square located directly behind the Hauptwache, or main guard room, which was built in 1730. The Rossmarkt features the Gutenberg Monument. The Erfurt Christmas Market is known as one of the most beautiful Christmas markets in Germany and is the largest in the state of Thuringia. The main market is centered on the Domplatz, the square beneath it towering Dome St. Marian, or St. Mary's Cathedral, and Dome St. Severin, or the Church of St. Severus. The many visitors to the market are greeted by the original Erzgebirge Christmas pyramid that stands at the entrance to the Erfurt Christmas Fair. The market presents an extensive array of stalls selling traditional handmade crafts, delicious treats including the world-famous original Thuringia bratwurst, and exquisite Christmas decorations.
Du kannst die zu 150 € holen. Wenn du nicht genug Geld hast, kannst du ein Glas gleich ein bisschen was.
Ja, aber ich glaube, da steht auch
Number 8 is the last one. That's the last one.
In the tower of Dome St. Marian lies the Gloriosa Bell, the world's largest free-swinging medieval bell, cast in 1497 and weighing 11.4 tons. The Dome St. Severin features one of only a few five-aisle Gothic hall churches in Germany. The Advent crown is the ultimate symbol of the Advent season. Its four enormous candles shine right on the stairs below the Cathedral of Erfurt. The nativity scene of 14 handcrafted life-size figures is a masterpiece of wood carving from the town of Oberammergau. The neo-Gothic town hall on the Fischmarkt in Erfurt was built between 1870 and 1874. Inside is a series of murals depicting legends and scenes from Luther's life and images from Erfurt's history. We went into the town hall and, by accident, into the Festhalle in order to see the prizes for a regional math Olympiad. The Kramerbrücke is a medieval arch bridge in the city of Erfurt, which is lined with half-timbered shops and houses on both sides of a cobblestone street. It has been continuously inhabited for over 500 years, longer than any other bridge in Europe. The citadel in Erfurt, known as the Petersburg Citadel, is built on Petersburg Hill in the northwestern part of the town in the year 1665. It is one of the largest and best preserved town fortresses in Europe. After an early morning walk through the town of Erfurt on the morning of day 2, we took the train to Leipzig. And then we took a small local train out to the Monument of the Battle of the Nations, or the Völkerschlachtdenkmal, which is a monument to the 1830 Battle of Leipzig, also known as the Battle of Nations. The monument commemorates the defeat of Napoleon's French army, a crucial step towards the end of hostilities in the War of the Sixth Coalition. The structure is 299 feet tall. It contains over 500 steps to a viewing platform at the top, from which there are views across the city and the environs. The structure is made of granite and concrete. It is widely regarded as one of the best examples of Wilhelmine architecture, and it is said to stand on the spot of some of the bloodiest fighting, where Napoleon ordered the retreat of his army. The Leipzig Christmas market dates back to 1556. It is one of the largest and most beautiful Christmas markets in Germany, with over 300 stalls in the middle of the historic Old Town. One of the most important locations for the Christmas market is on the central Marktplatz, near the Altes Rathaus, or the Old Town Hall, with a traditional city Christmas tree. The stalls on the nearby Naschmarkt, behind the Old Town Hall, specialize in handicrafts.
In der zweiten Reihe. Ich kann aber den auch abwerfen.
Tannenbaum, oh Tannenbaum, wie grün sind deine Blätter.
The Market Square location is linked to other main grouping of Christmas stands by the pedestrian Grimmaische Straße, which turns into a fairy tale forest with decorated trees. This connects to the Augustusplatz in front of the opera, which features even more stalls, a nostalgic carousel, and a Ferris wheel that provides stunning views over the city. There is also a small Finnish Christmas market here. As was the case in Erfurt, Christmas market in Leipzig also features Märchenland, or a fairy tale land for the children, with nursery rhyme stories.
Die wundersamsten Märchen für euch, ihr lieben Kinder.
At 207 feet long and 143 feet wide, the Nikolai Kirche, or St. Nicholas Church, is the largest in Leipzig. It was built in the Romanesque style in 1165. In the 18th century, several works by Johann Sebastian Bach were premiered here, including 4 of the 5 performances of St. John the Passion. From 1989 to 1991, people gathered at St. Nicholas on Monday evenings, leading to spontaneous, peaceful protest against the government, known as the 1989 Revolution.
Yeah, that's the next sweet thing.
Now celebrating its 590th year, the Dresden Streetzelmarkt is Germany's oldest and most popular Christmas market. It offers the most extensive selection of Saxon handicrafts and Erzgebirge wood carvings anywhere in the world. The word Streetzel means to stroll, and here you can stroll among the world's largest step pyramid at 48 feet high and 7 tiers, or you can walk under the Schneeberg archway, one of the largest walk-in archways in the world. Or you can ride on the historic 2-story Ferris wheel with its candy-striped cars.
Zobaczcie, wysłałem to co ten,
Ale
nie?
trochę idź dalej.
Rano o 8 i później to jak byliśmy tutaj na Sodochowie i tam na ten.
Oh, die Kinder haben mich gerufen.
Ich singe den Weihnachtsmann noch.
Muss ich aber jetzt los.
Es hat geklappt,
Brötchen und Gesicht.
Jedes Jahr zur gleichen Zeit, da seh ich mich aufs Neue. Die Beine zappeln hin und her, weil ich mich auf ihn freue. Wenn die Tage kürzer sind, kommt er zu groß und klein. Hab ihn ein ganzes Jahr vermisst, wo kann er nur sein? Ich warte auf den Weihnachtsmann. Sekunden werden Stunden. Wir warten auf den Weihnachtsmann. Hast du ihn schon gefunden? Ich warte auf den Weihnachtsmann. Die Zeit scheint still zu stehen. Wir warten auf den Weihnachtsmann. Hast du ihn schon gesehen? Er wird schon gleich da.
Schon der letzte. No? Ja, no to tak pełno.
is the view from the porch in our bed and breakfast in Dresden of the Striezelmarkt. Other popular features of the Dresden Striezelmarkt include the fairy tale castle, the advent calendar, in which each day is revealed, a puppet theater, a fairy tale forest, and the Santa Claus workshop. Dresden is perhaps my favorite city in Eastern Europe. It used to be known as the Florence of the East. However, during February 13th through 15th, 1945, 772 heavy bombers of the Royal Air Force and 527 of the United States Air Forces dropped more than 3,900 tons of high explosive bombs and incendiary devices on the city in what is known as the firebombing of Dresden. The bombing resulted in a firestorm that destroyed much of the city center, even though Dresden had no military or industrial contributions to the war. The Frauenkirche, or the Church of Our Lady, is a Lutheran church in Dresden. Destroyed during the Allied firebombing of Dresden, the church was reconstructed between 1994 and 2005. The current structure is the third church building to stand at this site. Following the destruction of the church in 1945, the remaining ruins were left for nearly half a century as a war memorial. Following the reunification of Germany, it was decided to rebuild the church. The reconstruction was completed in 2004, and the interior was completed in 2005. The surrounding Neumarkt Square, with its many variable Baroque buildings, was also reconstructed in 2004. The rebuilding of the church cost $180 million, which was all privately funded. Where possible, the original stones were placed. These are the darker stones that you see on the outside. The lighter stones were also taken from the same quarry as the original structure. The Christmas markets by the Frauenkirche are known as the Advent at the Neumarkt. They're especially enthusiastic about the crafts that have been produced by historical guilds around the Neumarkt area for the last 100 years. And this is the view from the front entrance to our Airbnb. Some of Dresden's notable landmarks include the Broil Terrace, known as the Balcony of Europe. Approached from the Schlossplatz by a broad flight of steps, this area is on the site of the old city ramparts and was laid out in 1738 as a private garden. The Swinger and the Old Masters Picture Gallery were built in 1710 through 28 by the architect Poppelmann. Originally designed as an orangery and a setting for court festivities, it was later used for exhibitions. It is currently the most perfect example of late Baroque architecture in Germany. The Semper Oper was built between 1838 and 1841. The architect was Gottfried Semper, after whom the opera is named. On the opposite side of the Augustusbrücke, or the Bridge of Augustus, in the Neustadt, or the New City, is the Augustusmarkt. Here you can see the Goldener Reiter, the Golden Horseman, at the head of Albertplatz Square. The Hauptstrasse is adorned in white and gold illuminated pagodas. The market is a salute to the legendary Zeithen encampment of 1730. There's also a large Riesenrad here, or Ferris wheel. We were able to take the ride up the top of the Ferris wheel for amazing views of the city.
Ich würde nicht sagen, dass es eine aus. Lights are way down low. So let it snow, let it snow, let it snow.
After spending a nice 24 hours at an Airbnb in Dresden, we then spent the next week in the Erzgebirge region of Germany. These are the Ore Mountains in the eastern part on the border with the Czech Republic. It is here where many of the German Christmas traditions originate, including the Tannenbaum, the manufacture of wooden pyramids, nutcrackers, Schwebogans, angers and miners, and the annual bird parades or miners' parades in various small towns. For more details on the Erzgebirge and its miners' parades, please click the link above. Our first stop was in Freiberg. Unfortunately, it was a rainy day and the train station didn't have any lockers, so we had to lug our suitcases throughout the entire town in the rain and cold. Freiberg is a former mining town in Saxony, Germany, and it lies in the foreland of the Ore Mountains. This area was known for its silver mining. The entire historic center of Silver City is under monument protection. The Freiberger Christmarkt is typical for Christmas markets in the Ore Mountain region, which are characterized by a strong connection to mining and have typical Christmas decorations such as the Rauchermänner, or the smoking men, Schwebogans, or candle arches that represent coming out of the mines and the importance of light in the miners' lives, and Christmas pyramids. The main purpose of our visit to Freiberg was the Berg Parade, or the Miners' Parade, which takes place annually in the second weekend of Advent. This parade is traditionally held in places in Austria and Germany where ore was or is smelted. It's a public event held by the community or corporation where the different miner guilds come out and dress in their traditional uniforms. The Miners' Parade is a special form of procession which is organized to march past important dignitaries, or which was organized for high-ranking individuals. The parade features the Steiger, or overseer, officials or officiante, viewers or hower, and smelters or smelter. And in Freiberg, officials in the mining office and student miners. The size of the detachments varies between 16 and 48 men, and they almost always march in ranks of 4. The flags they carry and the number and type of mining and smelting tools carried on parade differ from one guild to the other. The Freiberg Cathedral, or St. Mariam, is one of the most richly furnished houses of worship in Saxony, and contains important works of art such as the tulip pulpit, 2 Gottfried Silbermann organs, the choir, and the Golden Gate, or Goldene Pforte. We were able to watch Bach's oratorio for Christmas in the evening in the cathedral. We were met the next day at our hotel in Chemnitz by our friends Franz and Stephanie, who drove us to the town of Schneeberg. Schneeberg is a neat little town in the Erzgebirge. For over 500 years, the town was known for mining silver, cobalt, and bismuth, and fueled the local economy that was once part of the Silver Road. From 1946 to 1958, uranium was also mined here, and the town saw an economic and population boom.
Weihnachten. Und zur weihnachtlichen Stimmung gehört eigentlich auch eins, der Schnee. Und deshalb spielen wir im Anschluss.
One of the main reasons I made this trip is I always wanted to see the Lichtlfest in Schneeberg. The Lichtlfest is the festival of lights. In every window you can see a Schwebogen of candle arches. And throughout the second Advent weekend, there are performances on the stage by the Lichtlfest band. And on the Sunday of the second weekend of Advent, there's also a traditional miners' parade.
Graben das Silber und das Gold bei der Nacht. Wieder graben das Silber und das Gold aus dem Schacht beim Lampenschein, beim Lampenschein.
Enjoy.
This is not just a sandwich. This is a Bismarck Heringsbrötchen.
The Schneeberg Christmas markets feature many of the traditional wood carvings of the Erzgebirge region. Most notable is the Schwiebogen, or the candle arch, which signified the entrance to the mines, and had candles which represented the light which the miners seldom saw. The Schwiebogen celebrated the last shift before Christmas Day, when a big festival took place.
Chor der Werkstatt Schneeberg freuen uns sehr, dass Sie alle so zahlreich hier erschienen sind, und wir möchten Ihnen in der nächsten Stunde die Wartezeit auf die eintreffende Bergparade.
The most prominent building in all of Schneeberg is St. Wolfgang's Kirche, a 16th century church that is built on the highest peak of the town. The altarpiece was painted by Lucas Cranach the Elder. It is a panel altarpiece which folds in and is painted on both sides. The altar was stolen in 1633, but luckily was returned some 16 years later. The townspeople also saved the late Gothic church from fires in both 1719 and 1945. At the conclusion of the Berg Parade, our German relatives from the town where my grandparents were born came and picked us up and drove us to Gornsdorf, Germany, where we celebrated with them for a few days. During our visit in Gornsdorf with our relatives, we went to the Evangelical Lutheran Church in Gornsdorf. This is where my grandmother was baptized and where my grandmother and my grandfather were married. Seeing as they were both dead before I was born, I always feel their spirit whenever I walk inside this church.
Ich würde etwas mehr Beleuchtung einschalten, dann können Sie besser.
Our German relatives drove us to Annaberg-Buchholz. Annaberg-Buchholz lies on the easternmost edge of the Erzgebirge on the Czech border, at the base of the Polberg mountain. Following the 1491 discovery of silver deposits in the area, the town experienced a population boom and was once one of the largest towns in Germany. The annual Berg Parade on the fourth Sunday in Advent is the largest of its kind in the Erzgebirge. The Annenkirche, or St. Anne's Church, which was built from 1499 to 1525, is the largest late Gothic hall church in Saxony, at 213 feet by 130 feet wide, and contains an intricate arched design with a recessed entrance and ribbed ceiling. You won't want to miss the exquisitely carved wooden door by Hans Witten, the famous Annaberg altar to St. Mary, with its panels painted by the studio of Lucas Cranach, and the mining scenes on the backside of the altar, painted by Hans Hesse. The main altar depicts the genealogy of Christ, as its stone-carved branches wind from the tree of Jesse to the Holy Family. Well, that's all for part 1 of our video, 17 Christmas markets in 17 days. So please click the like and subscribe button and hit the notifications bell, and I'll let you know when part 2 is ready. Till next time, happy travels.